Hey everyone, this is me, Undead Viking, and this is Heroes and Tricks. And this little game box contains all the cards that I need to play the game. And plus, this cute little game box is part of the mechanism that is used to play Heroes and Tricks. Now you're wondering, what is it about this box that makes it so exciting, so interesting, that actually adds to the game? Well, let's show you how the game is played, and I can show you just that. Alright, cool, let's do this. Alright, this is Heroes and Tricks, and as I said, the game box is an integral part of this game because it is going to be part of the mechanism of how you play this. Now, this is a trick-taking game. Your goal is to take as many tricks as you possibly can because that will earn you points, and then whoever has the most points is going to win. You can play this over one round for a quick game, or you can play it over 3 rounds, and then you just take the total score over those 3 rounds. Theoretically, you could play 20 rounds if you wanted to, but 3 rounds is a good number. You can play this game in about 20 minutes, as soon as everybody understands how the game is played, and it's a heck of a lot of fun, as I already said, but let's just show you how the game is played. So to begin with 4 players, as I've set up, we're going to be dealt out 10 cards. With 3 players, you have 11. And then and so forth. With more players, you have less. Like with 6 players, you only are dealt 8 cards. You are dealt 8 play cards. Play cards are going to be the cards that have the suit and the color. So like this is a blue 7 of meeples, and that is a red 5 of cards, and so forth. You can see the different colors and suits right here on this reference card. You can see that you do share the suit over color. So red and green are card, dice are yellow and green, meeples are blue and yellow, and coins are blue and red. And then the other side, it shows you how you score the hands, but I'll talk about that in just a quick second. So amongst you're going to get these cards that you have that you're going to be able to play during the round, and then you're going to get 3 cards. You're going to get 1 gear cards that they are. You're going to get 1 card that is epic. It says epic right there. On the back it also is gold, as you can see, and then you get 2 common cards, common gear cards, and there you can see they're kind of that gray background. These cards will either say play in trick or play before trick. A play before trick is a card that you're going to play before you actually begin the actual trick. So like you can have things where play before trick, if you win this trick, take this card and score an extra point. So there's a little +1 there. Some of them are going to say play in trick, and this says shift the color of the card to the opposite color of the same suit. So you can kind of change up your card. You're going to get, as I said, 2 of those common cards and 1 of those epic cards. Before the game begins, because you're dealt those cards, you are going to do some drafting where you're going to basically take 1 of your common gear cards and 2 of your play cards, and you're going to hand them to the person on your left. If you play over 3 rounds, you're going to flop that off. Next time it's to the right, next time it's to the left, and so forth. If you're playing just 1, you're just going to change them once and hand off to the left. Just keep that in mind. I'm not going to do that during this, so just so you can kind of have an idea, but that is what you will do. So at the beginning, what happens is that there are a bunch of these cards. These are the trick cards that you have to take. Like this would be worth a point. And so this guy here, Nate Noob, is a red dice. That is his suit. And to take that, you need to be, if you're going to try to match up the color and the suit to be and have the highest number. Now that can be changed with people's gear cards that can alter things and switch things around, but for the most part, that's what you have to get. And you'll notice here, if you win the trick, if you have the color and the suit and the highest number, that's the best way. If nobody matches both the color and the suit, then you're just going to go with the color and the highest number. If nobody matches the color, then you go with the suit and the highest number. And then if nobody matches that, then finally it's just the highest number of whatever anybody puts in there. And so you have that criteria. Now remember, there can be gear cards that can change those things up, like the lowest number gets it or things like that. So just keep that in mind. So what happens is the first player, and you determine this randomly, the first player will go ahead and they'll open this up, and they have to make sure they don't look at the next card because it should be secret. They're going to pull this up and they're going to put it in front like that, and so all they see is that the suit and the color, like so. So they see the red dice. And so now they need to look at the cards they have, and they have to try to figure out how they're going to take that. And so they have a red. Remember, red is the second descriptor if you don't match them both. So red 5, that's not great. Red 5 standing by. So then you have, the 2 of dice. That's probably not going to win, and a 4 of dice. That might win because it matches both, and you got to kind of hope that the other people do it. But remember, we have this card here. It says play the color of the card of the opposite color of the same suit. Well, what's the other suit of the dice? So the other suit is a blue. And remember, we just saw, where is it? This, a 7 dice. That's a pretty good number. It's a high number, it's dice, and if we play our gear card, our common gear card, like so, playing it, we play it behind, without anybody seeing it, don't let them see what you're doing. You're going to take these 2 cards and make sure they don't tell that you're putting 2 cards in there. Because if they know that you're changing things up and altering it, they're going to know. You're going to go ahead and put that in there. And so now, the next person, all they're going to see is this 7, and they're going to see the circle, meaning that it is a 7 of coin. And so now the next person goes, this would be this person, they're going to look in here and they're going to say, oh, 7 of coins, huh? Well, it must be 7 of coins. Or maybe, hopefully, maybe it's just like a 7 and it's maybe just like a blue card or something like that. So they're going to look at their cards and they're going to see if it's something that they can beat. And so they're going to go ahead and look at their cards and they're going to say, well, oh, I have an 8 of coins. Well, that's perfect. They think they're going to win that, huh? So I'm going to take that 8 of coins and I'm going to go ahead and place that in there. And so now little do they know that's not actually going to help them in any way. And so then the next player follows suit. They're going to look in there. They're going to see it's an 8 of coins. And they're going to say, well, geez, I don't have anything that can win that. So, let's go ahead and look at what their gear cards say. It's like, no other items in this trick have effect. That's probably not going to help. Play and trick card counts as +1 value. Well, maybe if he had like a coin card, but they don't. So maybe this is a time when this person is just going to say, you know what, I'm just going to give up. I'm going to go ahead and look through my cards, and I'm just going to put in a card that I can throw away. And in which case, we're just going to go ahead and throw away this red 1. We just know it's no big deal, and plop it in there. We're good to go. Done. And now the last person goes, and they're going to look in there and they're going to see that red 1, and they're going to say, well, geez, I got to get a coin card and a red card, but maybe the red 1. And so now this person has to think, well, they're putting that red 1 in there. They're just throwing that away. It could be something completely different. Maybe you get lucky, but they're going to go through their cards. Let's see what they have. They have play and trick. Your card counts as +3 value. So they have that red 1. Let's see. Nope, we don't. Well, we have a 6 of coins. So it's like, okay, well, sounds good. Let's go ahead and try that. And so then they're going to say +3 value. I'm going to go ahead and add 3 to my coins here. I'm gonna put that one in there, and bam. So there. So now we're done, and we've put all of our cards in. So now, what's going to happen is that the person that put last one in there, what they're going to do is they're going to take out all of the cards that were part of that trick, and they're going to start resolving them one by one. And I'm going to smooth these out of the way so I can actually do this. And the important thing is that you're going to start with this, and everybody's going to go, oh man, it's a red coin. That's what we're going for. And so then the next person's going to say, well, because I played this 7, and it's 7 of coins, but it became a red 7 of coins. And so now I have a 7 of coins. And so the next person says, well, I totally threw away my 8 of blue coins because of the fact that it's not matching. You're winning right now because they've matched both the suit. And the next person says, well, dang it, I just threw away my red 1, but who cares? It wasn't going to win anyway. No big deal. And now, because of happenstance, because this person put that red 1 down, all of a sudden they're like, I put a 6 of coins down, and it's +3, a 9, and then this person's going to claim the trick. And unbeknownst, they had this great plan to start with over here. But unfortunately, because of what this player played, and they just said, oh, super. And so they're going to take this card. And one of the things that you're supposed to do, and you have to make sure, is that when you take the card that you win, you put it in your hand like so. And so when you have your cards, everybody else can see that you've taken that trick, and you can see that, so you can count the points. So that's just a sample hand of some of the craziness that can happen as you're going through a normal hand of Heroes and Tricks. You're going to do that for do that for a number of heroes until everybody is down to just 2 play cards left in their hand. You won't play those last 2. That is the end of the round. You count up the total number of points, and if you're only playing one round, you would determine the winner at that point. If you're playing a second round or a third round, you then reshuffle the cards, deal them out, do the second round, reshuffle the cards, deal them out, do the third round, and then whoever has the most points at that point would win the game of Heroes and Tricks. You can see, like, these things, this is a very common situation that'll happen. Like, as far as you might think, I just put those cards together to, like, make that cool little thing happen. That's not the case. That happens all the time. I randomly sent those cards out, and they actually, like, played out that way, the way that they have. Those are the kind of crazy things that happen with Heroes and Tricks, and it is always, it's the reveal. It's when the last person goes ahead and opens it up and sorts them out and shows them off, and then you figure out who won. That is the fun part, because it is all about kind of like the bluffing and the counter bluffing as far as the cards that you're putting in, convincing the next person down the line what exactly you are playing. It's a very tricky game for a trick-taking game, if you will. I apologize for that. But I love the heck out of this game, but let me talk to you more about that in my final thoughts, which I'll do right now. All right, there we go. Heroes and Tricks. Now, I already said I really enjoyed the game, and I hope you enjoyed learning how to play the game. I didn't go through tons of different hands just because of the fact that it is, you know, like, once you know how one hand works, and then, like, kind of like the mentality of each person as they're going through choosing which card to play, you know, the game is pretty straightforward. And that's one of the really great things about the game, is that you can teach it to somebody, and most of us out there have played a trick-taking game at some point in our life, like, just with a deck of cards. And so, because that is the central mechanism where you're trying to, like, you know, just take the trick, you're trying to score it and be better than everybody else, you know, obviously this has, like, a wrench or two that you can throw into the works and kind of mess with things a little bit. But, you know, most people are going to be very familiar with this type of game. You know, there's nothing about the game that I don't like. I love the theme of it. I like the fantasy theme. I like the nice bright colors. I like the nice presentation. I like the quick rule set, but deep gameplay. I love the I think that you think that I think that you think kind of bluffing that you're going to be doing when you're placing those cards into the box. I like the whole process of using this box. And of course, this has the one great moment, which is the reveal. The last person puts their card in, takes all the cards out, spreads them out, and you see who won. And that's just like that wonderful moment of anticipation. And did I guess right? Did I guess wrong? Did somebody mess with it in some way by placing one of their gear cards in there? It's just, everything about it is just a very, very enjoyable time. It's a lot of fun, and it's highly competitive, and it's also one of those things, because it does take a shorter amount of time, about 20 minutes or so, to play through a game, that, like, you know, everybody's engaged, nobody's like, you know, getting sidetracked, looking at their phone or staring off into the distance. You're looking at your cards, you're trying to figure out what you want to do, and like, it's just fun. It's like when you get handed this box, you kind of open it up like, oh, okay, you know, and then, like, you're looking through your cards, you pick one, you kind of look around the table, slide it in there, okay, there you go, that's for you now. And it's just, it's the whole process, and it's just like, as I said, it's so simple, but so deep, so, like, compelling, that it really surprised me as far as the game design and as far as the enjoyment level that I got out of it. So there you go. If you like trick-taking games, if you like designer board game trick-taking games, I definitely suggest that you check this one out. If you have any questions about Heroes and Tricks, by all means, ask away. I'll try to answer those to the best of my ability. As always, thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. And until next time, I'm the Undead Viking, and this was this game, and you have yourself one heck of an awesome day. All right, bye-bye.